Hi, I'm Andrew Jenkinson and welcome to the Caravan Industry channel. I'm at Carfest today, Carfest North, and there's so much going on around here, it's just untrue. I thought I'd do a bit of a video vlog on this. The Alternative Retro Caravan Club invited me to come and have a look at their stand, and I've been truly blown away with some of the motorhomes they've got on here, and also some of the touring caravans. There's some really great, good examples that you can see. Now what I'm going to do is, time doesn't let me look through all the vans, but I'm going to just pick odd ones out and I'm going to do some odd little video clips just to give you an idea what is actually here and some of the history behind some of these tourers. But it's been pretty busy. It's been threatening rain pretty much on and off all day. The sun's just starting to come out a little bit now, but anyway, watch the video and let's have a look at some of these great classic caravans. Hi, now I'm here, as I said, at Carfest. You've just seen the introduction. I mean, as I say, I'm going to handpick a few vans out I can get in, and people are very good enough to let me actually look in their vans, because you know they're using these, so it's very private. This I am in is called Awake. Now, this company produced caravans. Well, they didn't actually produce caravans, they produced a shell, and it was made out of glass fibre reinforced plastic, GRP. Now, in that era, in the sort of mid-60s to early to mid-70s, so you're talking about a 10-year period, there were several manufacturers who would actually produce a shell like this, and then you could kit it out, or in some cases the manufacturer would also kit it out if you asked them to. They would give you an idea of layouts to use, and this is like a 13-foot shell, so if there's 4 of you, they give you 4 berth layout, 2 of you, 2 of that, and so on. The most popular one was Van Master caravans, not to be confused with the modern Van Master of today, which are unfortunately no longer made, but these GRP shells was at a time when a lot of people did DIY. DIY was very, very popular in the 60s and into the early 70s. So obviously what some people did, they made their own caravans, but also you could buy these shells, and this is a wake, and you'll see the pictures of taken on the outside. It was a very stylish, very distinctive caravan. Now I've only come across one of these on a site some years ago, probably around about 16 years ago it was, and that was a 4-berth version, and the guy had fit that himself. Now this one has been bought off from the original owners, I think, from what I can tell, and this was number 8, and they literally only made a few of these, so they're very, very rare. And this one was saved, and it's been kitted out inside by the original owner from new, and it's to a pretty good standard as well, because some of them weren't always brilliant, but this is very good. So I'm going to give you a quick tour around it and show you what a DIY caravan shell was like back in the 1970s. Well, this was classed as a 2-berth fan. It was made as a 2-berth fan, and these are 2 big spindles, and they're all pretty big. Obviously there's a little table here in the middle, and you've got a split window idea, and there's some roof lockers above there, but look at this shape here, how it's all been sort of shaped and sculpted, giving the Wake caravan its shape and distinctive look. And also look at that big skylight in the middle there. Hey, that's quite a bit ahead of its time at that period. Now, gas lights was what you kept this lit by. You might fit some fluorescents if you wanted to, but these were gas lights, of course. Gas lights went out about 1982, 83. But this is a fitted out interior. It's been insulated. Yeah, I mean, it's very spacious. I mean, I was sat down here before, as you saw on the introduction. Really, really spacious. I'm not going to start lifting up sinks and things, because I say this is somebody's caravan and I don't want to start messing about with it. Large side kitchen here, little seat here at the back end, and in the corner is the toilet compartment. This was a layout that would be, yeah, some manufacturers would use, but this has been sort of more very personalised, and maybe at the end of it someone say, well, where's the wardrobe? Well, there isn't one, and that's probably down to the original owner just not wanting a wardrobe. You've just got this side dresser here with cupboard a bit below, and also probably the wardrobe would also maybe double up into the toilet compartment. But it really is a bit of caravan history, and just shows you how caravanning was approached back then for DIY. And this is a rarity, as I say. This is the Wake. There was another one called Sapphire. That was a GRP shell at 16 foot you could buy. Another one as well, as I said, Van Mast, you could buy that in 12 and 14 foot size. But this was 13 foot. And they would sell very, very, very few. I think the company manufactured basts as well. So it concentrated on its main income, which, you know, this was a sideline. Look at these windows, very big windows. But of course, again, the single glaze, the glass. What an interesting van. Right, I'm going to go and have another look, see what there is up the top there. gosh, this feels really small. This is a 1957 Berkeley Argosy. Now, these were made by a company called Berkeley Caravans, obviously. And what happened was, Berkeley was a very go-ahead company. They produced some very outlandish designs, a twin, a double-storey caravan. They also did ones where the ends folded out. They'd even made one where you could actually put a car in the back. Yes, strange now, but true. Did they sell? No, they didn't. But the ideas were tried. Now, the Argosy, what was this all about? Well, this was their budget range. This was about 243 quid. This is about a 4-berth van. So this would come out here, and you could sleep 2 people here. Now there's bunk brackets here. Now I don't know if those have been retrofitted. I'd have to check that. But this could sleep up to 4. Now the front end is a bit of a tiny double bed, but in those days people weren't too bothered. This was quite a lightweight van, and what Berkeley used to do, they actually made these, and believe this or not, they actually made these out of offcuts off the rest of the Berkeley Caravan range. So all the bits and pieces that were left over, they built these. So they were sort of getting double value for money. And the other thing is, they actually used women to assemble them, because they didn't have to pay women the same wage as a man. How about that? Imagine getting away today with that. You never do it, obviously. Anyway, let's have a quick tour around. Right, here we go, and this is the front dinette. Now this, at the bottom there, that would pull out to make this slightly bigger, from what I can gather. It's common practice. The table knocked down, and it made up the double bed. Now, lighting wise, you've got a gas light at the top here, and if you notice, this is what they call a single panel roof, so there's no insulation. Little roof vent up there, little lock at the top, and your little burner grill too. No oven, nothing like that. As I say, just 2 burners and the little grill, and that went away like that. And you got these cupboards underneath and a plastic sink. Now this van has been restored. It's owned by a guy called Steve Lum, and he's done a fantastic job bringing this back. He's painted that outside green, as you can see on the video, on the pictures, and it really looks brilliant. It looks like it's just left the factory. This feels so spacious here. I mean, this wouldn't be very wide, probably about 6'6" wide. This is to say, is your other bed, where it would be made up, and you could put a hammock bunk across here using those. And this was your wardrobe. Again, I will not be opening wardrobes up, because, you know, it's people's private things, but this possibly would fold out, and it would fold out as a double door possibly. Some of them did, and make it a solid partition across here. But as you can see, I've got a lot of floor space. You know, this is quite a spacious little van. Obviously they get the storage back in the day, but it didn't really matter, because people didn't take much with them. And this up here clips on there, and then you've got your mirror, which would swing out to how you wanted it. But it's very neat. And as I say, it sits on 1957. I've actually found something that's older than me. And this came from Harrington Caravans originally. And as I say, they were built as a budget caravan. They built them for a couple of years, and they made a bigger van than this as well. There you go, the Argosy. What happened to Panther Caravan? What am I about Panther? What happened to Berkeley Caravans? Well, they got involved with cars and the Berkeley sports car, and unfortunately, that's what really bankrupted the company in the end. I think it got cancelled orders and all that type of thing, and it dragged the company down. Charles Panther, I believe, who was the founder owner of the company, he died in relative poverty, from what I can gather, which was a shame, because he was a very, very clever guy with new ideas and new designs. But anyway, that is the Berkeley Argosy. I think it's brilliant. Not seen one of these for a long time. I remember seeing one near me in a garden, and it was there for a long time, and you just took it for granted, and of course one day it was gone, and that was it. But I wish I'd photographed it and got there and seen the owner. Right, let's go and see what else I can find here at Carfest at the Alternative Retro Caravan Club, because these are a great set of people. And if you're thinking of getting into this sort of movement, this is a club along with likes of the PCC and the HCC to join. They are really good, strong clubs and help everybody find spares for any vans and all that sort of thing. Right, let's go and see what else we can find. Well, I'm in a Regency Glamis. Now, this tourer is from 1967. Regency were made at Birkenhead. They were shop fitters. The guy who owned the company was a caravaner, and he decided he could build caravans better himself. So what did he do? As he did in those days, he did just that and started marketing. Now, they had their own plastics company, so basically any mouldings that they wanted, they could do themselves. So hence they didn't have to bring anybody in from the outside. So they made lots of nice little features. The actual caravan itself was made out of GRP panels, and it was made out of 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces plus the roof. So they all then interlocked together and formed the body. Now, I'm in this particular one. This belongs to a guy called Shane, and he's allowed me to have a look around in it. And what I like about Shane is so enthusiastic about his van, and he's got every reason to be so, because this is a lovely tourer. It's like going back to time. Now, as a kid, I can remember some of these on dealers' forecourts, and I had a local dealer not far from me who sold these new, so I would have seen them, but probably at that time wouldn't have even got inside, because usually expensive caravans are always locked up, unless of course you're a serious buyer. Right, so I'm going to show you around, and what I'm going to do with this one, I'm going to put a few brochure shots in of the Regency, because it really was just a special van. I just liked them. It was one of my personal favourites. Luxury vans, £700 or £800, so it was a lot of money back then. Anyway, let me take you for a quick tour around. You'll probably hear lots of things going on in the background, kids playing around. That's great, they're having fun, and some of the music at this car fest, because I'm getting ready to head off home very shortly. I've been here most of the day. Anyway, let's have a look around. Well, where I've just been, you see, this layout was a very popular layout. So where I've just been, this was a single bed here, and you could put a bunk up at the top here. And in the corner here was a toilet compartment. Now, what Regency did, they thought a bit more out of the box. They actually made this as a compartment as you went through. So this would go across, and you'd keep the door locked, obviously, and it came with a shower, a hand-pumped shower, and this little sink in there as well. This was very, very ahead of its time. Right, at the back here, you'll see, look, it's a magazine rack. You put your magazines in there. All these nice little touches, drawers there. I won't, as I say, I'm not going to go touching things, because it's not, it's not a thing to do. The curtains, they're all original 1967, and I love this, the original Caravan Club sticker from that period too. I remember that from my dad when he joined the club. back then, the Caravan Motorhome Club as we know it's called now. And that's what we stuck on the car on the Caravan. So you had your bunk here, a nice big window. Look at the lockers. The lockers are also moulded out of GRP with a teak effect on. Very modern for its time. And look, you've got this big roof vent at the back, so you're letting lots of air, and you've got all these windows as well. And of course that was great for when it came towing, because you could see right through from your towing vehicle. But it's all original, everything's fantastically just as it should be. Right, I'm going to take you to the kitchen area. You've got a 2-burner hob. Now some of these, I don't like touching things because it's not really to do, no. Some of them actually came with an oven in as well. You've got your sink here, which was plastic back in the day, and that was perfectly acceptable. But look at this original Electrolux fridge. That had to be lit and use the gas. More cupboard storage here, and look at these. I love this sort of little key, so you could lock it. And a nice big window here too, and a fluorescent light. Because these caravans came obviously with gas lights, and Shane has actually replaced them with these LED lights. It'll still look like gas lights. I think it looks good. So look how low that kitchen is though. By today's standards that is low. But you know what? Back then nobody thought anything more of it. That's how it was. Maybe we were shorter back in that day. And when it comes over to the heater here, that was standard. That was a Carver heater, and it was flued out through the floor, which meant to say you could leave it on during the night perfectly safe. And of course you've got your double-doored wardrobe here too. Again, I'm not opening it, and this nice little strip mirror. And to separate the bunk off beds here from the rest of the van, that curtain came out. This was a typical layout of 12 foot 6, 13 foot for a family. Very popular layout, in every manufacturer did this sort of layout. So you had your dinette here at the front and some more storage, and look, you've got that big roof light again over there. So you got lots of, I mean, I'm filming this now, it's a dullish day, but I'll tell you something, it is really bright and airy in here. I like this sort of thing, this little portable record player is put in there, and this sort of china and things, because this was a luxury caravan, and the people that would have owned this would have definitely been very upmarket people. And also it came with a lot of locker space, because a lot of locker storage wasn't available on cheaper caravans. But again, it's all moulded and broken up with this teak effect, proper veneer wood. But I just love how these curtains are all original. But the profile of the Regency was very distinctive, there's no doubt about it. And I can say, you used to see these quite a lot now and again, sort of in somebody's garden and things. They used to do ones called the Longleat, the Balmoral, the Export. They were popular. They used to send them out to places like Holland as well. But lovely van. So I'm going to just do a quick blast outside, because I think you'll agree that this is a really nice van. And probably I'm going to have to call this a day now at on here, because I'd like to have done a motorhome, but I don't know if I'm going to have time to do that, because time is marching on. I've been here a long time. But I just love this van. Real 1960s, very original. Right, as I say, it's time to go, and I'll wrap this video up. And again, thank you for watching. But this just was a nice little one to finish on, the Regency. And yeah, it's just a very brief look at what these vans are and what the Alternative Retro Caravan Club are all about. Keeping this alive, it's great. Ian Mellis and his good lady Victoria have been looking after me all day today, and they've been good. They've taken me around, they've introduced me to people, I've signed a book, and it's just been really great. And but it's time to go into it. I've got to go. But to finish off, I'm just going to have a little look around this Regency. Just going to take some video shots of it. But I'll see you on the next video. That you can be sure. See you for now. Yeah, lovely little van. Just love these. They're like new. It's 1967. They're like new. It's incredible. Thanks for watching the video. Hope you like them. Please don't forget to press the thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. Bye for now.